Students, today we are going to introduce the in-band and out-of-band managements of Ethernet switches. First, let's take a look at the appearance of the Ethernet switch. We will use the Shweej AGS 2126G series Enhanced Security Intelligent Multi-Layer Switch as an example. On the front panel of the switch, there are power indicator lights, switch ports, port indicator lights, and a console interface. When the power indicator light is on, it indicates that the switch has been successfully powered on. Otherwise, it indicates that there is no power. The switch ports are AJ45 interface modes used to connect network devices such as PCs, switches, and routers. The port indicator lights show green when the port is correctly connected to an Ethernet twisted pair cable and the other end is in normal communication state. When data is being transmitted, the green light will blink. The console interface is the control interface of the switch used for configuration. It is connected to a PCS COM port using a console cable, and the switch can be configured by logging in through a PCS hyperterminal program. The management methods of Ethernet switches are divided into in-band management and out-of-band management. In-band management means that the network's management and control information and the user network's service carrying information are transmitted through the same logical channel, occupying the service bandwidth. On the other hand, out-of-band management refers to the network's management and control information being transmitted through a separate logical channel, providing dedicated bandwidth for management. In the topology shown in the diagram, the PC is connected to the switch through the console port, which is an example of out-of-band management. Meanwhile, the switch is connected to the SNMP Network Management Workstation, web server, and Telnet remote login through Ethernet cables, which are all examples of in-band management. The hallmark of out-of-band management is using the console port to connect to the switch. The common accessories include AJ45 to COM port adapters, console cables, USB to COM port adapters, rollover cables, switches, and PCS. The following figure shows how a PC is connected to a switch for configuration. The PCS serial port is connected to the switch's console port, and the switch is accessed through the hyperterminal. The figure below displays the basic configuration of the COM port before logging into the hyperterminal. It includes parameters such as baud rate, data bits, parity, stop bits, and data flow control. We set the baud rate to 9600, data bits to 8, parity to none, stop bits to 1, and data flow control to none. After completing the initialization settings, you can connect to the switch's CLI configuration interface. Next, we will introduce several methods of in-band management. The first method is to manage the switch through Telnet remote login. After configuring the management IP address, password, and enabling the Telnet function on the switch, the PC enters the CMD command prompt mode. By using the command telnet followed by the switch's IP address, the PC can remotely log into the switch. The login interface after remote login is the same as the one when connected through the console port. This way, we can achieve remote management of the switch through in-band management using Telnet, without the need to physically access the switch for configuration. Some switches also have a web login feature. In this case, the switch must have already been configured with a management IP address, password, and enabled the HTTP function. We can use a web browser to enter the switch's management IP address and remotely log into the switch. After logging in, the interface is the same as when connected through the console port. Above is the content of our class today. After studying, please complete the following assignment. Essay question: write about the two methods of managing switches and provide examples.